there is no way in hell, no reason why I should be sitting here reviewing this movie. I cannot think of any sort of logical explanation or something that would make sense to the fact that this movie was released. This movie would make a seedy porn shop owner / rapist want to hide the movie behind the counter for fear that he would be judged negatively as a person. Never mind the fact that the movie was made, because we've all made shitty movies, but the fact that this movie got released, that somebody saw this movie and distributed it, well, that should make every kindergartner with a camcorder proud, because it certainly paves the way for movies that feature ants burning. I would call this film shot on shitty-o, because it certainly is, but you don't know how shitty this movie looks. This movie makes Crazy Fat Ethel 2 look like Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow. You could make a frame-by-frame, stick-figure replica of this film in a flip book, and it would look better than the quality of this flick. But now, here comes the tragic part where I actually have to show you clips of it. And I feel like a doctor informing a patient that they are about to die. Hang on a second. Do I really need to say anything else about the movie? What else could I possibly say that would make this movie look shittier than just that little bit of footage? How about the fact that the opening credit sequence goes on for 6 minutes? This is not Once Upon a Time in the West. And how sad is it that the only reason that this movie is over an hour long is because of the opening credits? Does the director of this shit really want his name up there for 30 whole seconds? Plus, there's a dance sequence that sounds less like a synthesizer and more like a tea kettle. In fact, that's what it sounds like through the whole movie. Okay, so I gather you already know the movie probably has something to do with a killer doll. A faithful churchgoer named Helen Black purchases the doll at a local shop, and if you didn't know she was religious, there's about a 5-minute montage of different religious items in her home while she talks on the phone to her horny friend. I don't know why she's talking on the phone when her friend is clearly just in the next fucking room.
By the way, how's your daughter Sherry?
Girl, she's doing much better, much better. And you want to know something? I really believe that your prayers helped out a whole lot.
Yeah.
It's a little hard to know what the backstory is on the doll because the damn fire alarm soundtrack gets in the fucking way. Once again, this movie was released on video in 1984. Who knew that that year would be much worse than Orwell ever fucking predicted? Well, so Helen Black had been saving herself for marriage, but once this doll gets a good look at this big load of sexy, it's a one-way ticket to woman-doll fetish porn. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Splinters, baby, splinters. That's really the rest of the movie. A lot of doll fucking. This plot's about as thick as Kool-Aid. And there's scenes where it's clearly a little kid dressed in doll's clothing. Oh shit, I almost forgot, because believe me, that would be as tragic as an orphanage fire. The doll talks.
How do you like that, bitch? Bitch, bitch! Wake up, bitch! Bitch. I said, wake up, bitch.
So yeah, he talks, and he's fucking rude, too.
What you stop for? Because I want you to pay for it, bitch.
And without even fucking leaving his phone number, he takes off the next morning. Clearly because the bitch is just fucking crazy. You know, now that she's had the pleasure of doll love, she seeks out men from other inviters and the like, but sadly none of them satisfy her, because their penises aren't made out of tree branches. And what did she expect from this guy anyway? He's the guy who sells stolen merchandise in front of her house. The doll is a better fit. She ends up trying again later with other people, but no man can satisfy her. Not even Huggy Bear.
This movie's so unsexy that thinking about porno holocaust is actually giving me an erection.
Oh my god, this movie is like Child's Play crossed with genital warts. It's like Trilogy of Terror meets The Smell of Jock Itch. This movie is really fucking bad.
We end up getting a flashback scene to when she first bought the doll. And here's the effect that they used.
I have sold this puppet on 4 other occasions, and each time it finds its way back to the store.
Didn't realize that was a flashback at first, because it looked like one of my nightmares staring at me right in the fucking face.
Turns out, though, that the doll is back at the shop, and Helen repurchases the item, which is put in the exact same box as before. Wouldn't it have been easier just to carry the fucking doll out of the box?
I've seen videos of skateboarders getting their limbs broken that are better edited than this.
You know it's bad when you can see brief images of the VCR blue screen in between some shots. And there are times when it looks like I'm watching somebody's amateur porn. If you were to show this movie at a bachelor party, the groom would pray for the interruption of a hooker with a gimp leg. Boy, shot on Shitio has come a long fucking way.
And once again, this fucking movie was released.
No wonder there are so many religious elements in this movie, because for this movie to see anything outside the walls of Alcatraz proves that there is a supreme being up there in the clouds.
And the director owes the spiritual world a huge fucking favor. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to write letters of apology to 96% of the directors whose movies I've reviewed, because at the time I reviewed those movies, I had not yet seen Black Devil Doll from Hell.
Mamma mia, that's a spicy meatball!